Well, we can go ahead and move on to the final fight on the main card that Whiskey's hitting already for our Tell Me Why. And that is Moreta, Thiago Santos taking on Glover Teixeira. This is
Maheta.
That's what I said, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You say Moreta? You idiot. So on this one, we have Thiago Santos. This will be contested at light heavyweight, and of course he is a very aggressive striker. He's got devastating power, impressive speed in his hands, but he's also got powerful kicks, and he can land from either stance, which makes him dangerous there. He's tough as hell. We saw in that John Jones fight where he tore everything in his leg, his ACL, MCL, PCL, early in that fight, and he was still able to, while he lost a close decision, he was still he's still able to remain dangerous and make it to the end. Grappling is his weakest aspect. I think he is improving since he started cross training at ATT, but it still remains his weakest. Then we have Glover Teixeira, also a talented boxer. He's got pretty powerful overhand. He's got some vicious uppercuts.
Just a lovable guy, really.
And also just a lovable guy. You can't not like Glover. He is a very talented grappler, former Brazilian national wrestling team as well. So he's got good takedowns. He's got brutal top control when he does get the fight to the ground.
Yeah, you saw he did Anthony Smith.
Dude, that was a perfect example of that. He was able to control and just beat on him. That was brutal. He's aggressive from the top. That also was shown in that fight. And he uses that BJJ to control his opponents and to, if he's able to finish them with the submission, he does. Otherwise, he just pounds them out when he's able to. So I think that if Glover can get the fight to the ground, he's got a good shot at winning this fight. I just don't think he's going to be able to. I think Santos is too quick. He's too powerful, and I see Santos catching him and knocking him out. So I will be rooting for Glover, but I'm going with Santos with a KO or TKO.
Yeah, this is definitely a fight where I have a rooting interest. I want Glover Teixeira to win this. I have nothing against Thiago Santos.
Yeah,
I do like him as a fighter.
Glover's so lovable.
Yeah, exactly. And he's 5-6 in his. And he's won 5 out of his last 6, and in the last 4 beating Carl Robinson, Ian Kudaloba, Nikita Krylov, and then Anthony Smith. That's a pretty impressive run for someone on the north side 40. Of 40.
Yeah.
And then how he did it to Anthony Smith, who is no slouch, is uber impressive. I just think the power is going to play into this fight. It's a great equalizer. I think he's going to have a hard time, like you mentioned, to get this fight to the ground. Who knows how Thiago Santos is going to look after a long layoff? I don't expect it to be as big of a problem as people are making it seem like it's going to be, just because we kind of going to want to find a way for Glover to win, right? So we say, well, maybe he's going to be rusty. But I think Santos is going to be just fine in there. He carries that power extremely well, and when he lands, it's devastating, like you said. Glover Teixeira, he has a path to victory, right? And it's to get him to the floor and to use that top control, that pressure,
heavy top control,
and be able to control the fight in that manner. But I just don't think at this stage in their career, I think Santos still got title runs in him. I just still think he's one of the most dangerous guys at 205. And while I want Glover Teixeira to win, and I think his story and late career resurgence is pretty inspiring, I think Thiago Santos is going to come back from that pretty bad injury and come back in pretty spectacular fashion. So I expect Thiago Santos to TKO him in the second round.
Okay, so we're in agreement there. Yeah, I feel like probably early first or second is what I'm going with for the knockout. Fun fact about Glover, most stoppage victories in the UFC light heavyweight division. Just recently saw that. I thought it would be like John Jones. Yeah,
it's
Glover.
Yeah, especially when he was younger, and he was putting the hurt on people. Thing. Yeah.
So yeah, looks like we're in agreement there. Both want Teixeira to win, but both are probably thinking Santos gets the victory. That about does it for this part of the podcast. We'll be right back with a little bit of payment pick'em.